Hello everyone. So there was a question on the community about ScriptRunner, and this question from Emilio is basically uh, about how to create an issue from Jira Server to Jira Cloud using a ScriptRunner. And I believe, if you look at the question, I believe the requirement here is to do some kind of integration. Let us say when the issue is created on local server version of Jira, you want to probably create the same issue somewhere else. Maybe you want to create some kind of bi-directional sync. So first of all, because I'm a consultant, my job, my responsibility is to give you all the options or suggest the best possible option. So there are apps that can do this integration. So using ScriptRunner would be my personal preference and choice, and I would also recommend using ScriptRunner for doing, let us say, simple integration. I mean, if you're trying to implement too much, if you're trying to create bi-directional sync with everything that should be synced completely all the time, then using an app might be quicker. But of course, ScriptRunner is definitely going to give you the option to write script where you can define and write your own business logic. So if you're using a ScriptRunner for Jira, then all you need to do, you need to basically create a script listener. I mean, I'm just trying to break it down. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to create a script listener that will listen for the issue created event on that particular project from where you want to create the issue somewhere else on Jira Cloud. And the script listener will, of course, then make a REST call. So yes, you need to use REST API if you want to do this. I mean, of course, you can do that using a ScriptRunner. You can actually make a REST call. And when you make a REST call to your Jira Cloud instance, and of course, when the issue is created, maybe you want to, because when you create an issue, you will get a response back from the REST call, a JSON with the issue key. So if the response is successful, if you see the response which is of, I think you will get the codes, but basically if you have a success, if you're able to make a call properly, successfully, then you can store that issue that is returned maybe somewhere on your Jira. Maybe you can get a link, and maybe you can do the same thing when you are creating an issue. Maybe you can store the local Jira issue key with the URL, maybe on your Jira Cloud instance. So definitely it can be done. And at the same time, this is of course one-time activity, like create an issue. Maybe you want to do something further. Maybe whenever the issue is updated, you want to also look for those linked issues and update those issues as well. So yes, you can do that. ScriptRunner can definitely be used. Just to share, because I'm making a video and you're following my video, I have covered these things many times. So talking about ScriptRunner, you can go to my mastering ScriptRunner for Jira, not Jira Cloud, Jira, because this is for server. And if you maybe search, so let us do a Control F, you will find examples of listeners here, where I have talked about how to create a listener, of course. But at the same time, if you want to do something on cloud, using ScriptRunner for Jira, you have to make a REST call. And for REST calls, or basically to learn how REST API works, I have entire playlist focused on just REST API. So you will be able to find the exact body, the endpoints that you have to use to make those calls, and this will of course help you or enable you to do this kind of integration. Not really a complicated one, but definitely it requires some coding because it is, you have to, when you're making a REST call, you have to ensure that what will happen when the REST call is not successful. Maybe you want to track it somewhere on the Jira issue. Let us say if you're able to create an issue successfully, then store the information back on the issue. And maybe if the REST call is not successful, then maybe you want to do another round of those calls, so that you can probably attempt it again. So you have to basically define the logic, and you have to make sure that this particular logic or these specifications are in the beginning discussed with the stakeholders, because I'm sure if you are doing it for achieving a requirement, or you're trying to solve a problem when it comes to integrating two tools. And by the way, this is also applicable to any other tool, right? I mean, we are not really limited to using Jira Server and Jira Cloud. You can use Jira Server and ServiceNow, for example. So you have to basically ensure that you define those requirements. I mean, bare minimum, making a REST call is of course a very simple thing, but you have to work on the business logic or the overall architecture of this solution, how it will work, and then of course, write code for it. So that is all. That is all I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.